This is the on-off track list on the school progress monitoring dashboard. The on-off track list is designed to be a one-stop shop for you to quickly find the students who need additional support today. So in this on-off track list, we have the student's ID, grade, and name. We have the number of behavior incidents, and notice that there are some icons next to those behavior incidents. At the top, we can see in the legend that one behavior, suspension, or failing grade is noted with a yellow circle, and two or more are noted with a red circle. So that's what those icons mean in the first half of that of the table. So we can quickly see students who have multiple behavior incidents this year, multiple suspensions this year. We have the number of days since their last attendance record was marked as either in school or out of school suspension. The number of failing grades, that's currently as of the most recent Monday at noon. So in this top explanation here, it says grades are captured from Infinite Campus each Monday at noon. So every Monday at noon, we capture those grades that's related to weekly eligibility. And if the student has any failing grades on that Monday at noon for their current active courses, then that's indicated here in this table. The next column is their average grade, and it says for selected courses. So if we were to choose in the filter panel, we might choose just the 7th grade science courses. So I'm going to select all 7th grade science. And now it's going to show me the average grade for students in that particular class. So these students are all 7th graders. They are probably only in one of those 3 science classes, and that's their science grade. I can reset that by clicking on the reset button. The next column over is attendance rate. So this is their whole school attendance rate for this current school year. So this tells you the number of school days that the student has been present, and the school day yes, no calculation is if the student is present at least half of the school day. So for our elementary students, if they attended either the first half of the day or the second half of the day or both, they are considered present. And for our secondary students, if they have attended at least half of the class periods assigned for that day, then they are considered present. And so this is the rate of those whole school attendance days. The next column tells us the number of unexcused periods that the student has this year. So the student has been unexcused for one class period. If they're in elementary school, that means one half day, either AM or PM. And if we're in secondary school, that means one class period. Versus this student that has 196 unexcused periods. That orange bar increases, moves to the right more when the student has more of those unexcused periods. So we can kind of quickly see the ones that are have more orange. Those are going to be the students with more unexcused days. We also have the days since their last unexcused attendance record. So this student has 244, and their last one was 18 days ago. And maybe we want to sort by the last unexcused day. So here are some students. The student has 6 unexcused, but the last one was 243 days ago. So that's something that I might celebrate with Kara Wolf, who maybe struggled with unexcused absences in the past, but now she's doing a great job. For ease of looking at everything all at once, we also had a request to add that math and reading, and I'm going to just make these a little bit bigger here. I just did that in the same way I might do it in Excel or in Google Sheets by just expanding that column width so I can see a little bit more. We have the most recent math, and reading score. So most recent means the last score that particular student has. So if they missed the last MAP test session, they didn't take their MAP test in the most recent session for whatever reason, then that one won't be included. So it'll go back to the previous. So whatever that individual student's most recent MAP score is, that's what's going to be shown in that column. So we were looking at Kara Wolf. and she has a high average MAP math and a high MAP reading. She's also has an ALP, so she's a student that I might not be particularly concerned about, but I can use this table to celebrate some things with her. We have the ability to filter this by whatever your individual needs are for that day. So let's say I want to support students who have suspensions. That's what I'm looking at today. So I'm going to open the filter and I'm going to scroll the suspension to, I want students who have at least 2 suspensions. And I'm going to leave everything else as is and kind of see who my students are that might need additional support. So now I just have students with 2 suspensions. Again, we already noted that if students have 2 or more of something, then that's going to be marked with that red circle. So they've all got the red circles because these are all 2 suspensions or more. And I want to see those students who have many courses that they're failing. So I'm going to sort this table now by failing grades descending. And I see that here are some students at the top who have multiple suspensions, multiple behavior incidents, and multiple failing grades. They also have these red diamonds, meaning that their attendance is less than 80%. So they are considered chronically absent. And this one in particular, Alvaro, has many unexcused periods. So I can kind of quickly get an idea of like, who are the students that are going to need a lot of support in a lot of areas? Why are these students struggling? What's going on with them? You can also see that this one that I chose, Alvaro, he has really low attendance rate, lots of unexcused absences. The most recent unexcused absence was only 13 days ago, depending on when this data was refreshed. And so for this pretend data, it's a little bit older. So that 13 days might look a little bit different for this student today. I also see that he doesn't have a MAP reading score, but his MAP math was low average. He's got an attendance letter. He's considered truant. So this is a student that's definitely going to need a lot of support. Maybe I want to actually see who these students are that also have an IEP. I want to make sure that the IEP students are being supported in the way that they need. So in the filter panel, I can go to Student Services and select IEP. And let's see how these things change. So now I have fewer students. I'm still looking at students who have a lot of, or who have multiple suspensions. I have many students with multiple failing grades who are struggling with attendance. They have a lot of unexcused absent periods. All of these students, except for one, have scored low on their MAP math and MAP reading, and they all have IEPs. Some of them have other plans as well. So these are students who I'm definitely seeing need a lot of additional support. And so I'm going to export this list. So I hover over the table, click those 3 dots, choose export data, and then I can use that spreadsheet to print it out, to reach out to teachers, etc. Because these are the students that I'm going to need to be contacting this week. So maybe I want to find the schedule for each of these students, meaning like who their teachers are, what class periods they are in, which courses in which rooms. And to do that, I'm going to navigate to the individual student page. So that's that purple button that appears when I click on one student. So I'm going to click on Lisa Zavala, and then I see that this button turns purple, and I can go to Lisa's individual student page, which we look at in a different video.